Thank you, Brother Ron. Harmony of the Kings, Lecture 9, Part B. Let's review the Kings. So ideally, you don't look down and look at your notes. I will because I'm leading you and I don't have these all memorized. But you can take a quick look if you want. But the goal is to kind of get these memorized. So let's start with Saul. First three are easy. Saul, David, and Solomon. Okay, stop there. Now we're going to do another, we're going to do a four here now. So that's Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa, and Jehoshaphat. So anyone have a pen? I'm going to try and, kind of like how I do, like 2 Chronicles 7:14 and others, there's sections I do. So the first three is one section. Then we'll do this next four. So let's do those next four again. Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa, Jehoshaphat. Then I'm not sure if we did these all last time, but then Jehoram, Ahaziah, and Athaliah. Those three together. Let's do those again. Jehoram, Ahaziah, Athaliah. Let's go to the previous four. Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa, Jehoshaphat. The next three now. Jehoram, Ahaziah, Athaliah. Do those three again. Jehoram, Ahaziah, Athaliah. Back to Rehoboam again. Rehoboam,
Asa. No,
Abijah.
Abijah.
Back up.
Sorry.
No, it's my fault. Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa, Jehoshaphat. Next three. Jehoram, Ahaziah, Athaliah. Next section. How much did we do last time? We did the next two?
Amaziah and Uzziah. Isn't that right?
Well, we had Joash too. So we did Joash, Amaziah, Uzziah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next, we're going to do four on the next one since they're righteous kings.
Yep.
These next four now. So is.
Isn't Jotham after that?
Huh?
Or is Jotham in there?
Well, we'll find out. I don't see his name though. Jotham, you mean? Jotham, yeah. Here we go. The next four. Joash, Amaziah, Uzziah. I say Jotham, but maybe it's Jotham.
Jotham.
Jotham, you can look it up and see how it's pronounced. Okay, do those four again. Joash, Amaziah, Uzziah, Jotham. Joash, Amaziah, Uzziah, Jotham. The three before it. Jehoram, Ahaziah, Athaliah, Joash, Amaziah, Uzziah, Jotham. Back to Jehoram. Jehoram, Ahaziah, Athaliah, Joash, Amaziah, Uzziah, Jotham.
It has a long O on here.
And now we're just going to add Ahaz and Hezekiah. Those two are going to be one group. Alright? Ahaz, Hezekiah. Can you say that? Ahaz, Hezekiah. Ahaz, Hezekiah. Okay, let's go all the way back from the beginning. Saul, David, Solomon, Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa, Jehoshaphat, Jehoram, Ahaziah, Athaliah, Joash, Amaziah, Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah.
And Manasseh.
Well, let's stop there. Right there. Okay, so if you got those down, you're almost done with the kings of Judah. Except for about 8 more. But you're doing pretty good. Okay, so that's enough effort on that, but it's hard.
Yeah.
But you can have this all memorized in probably 15 minutes, at least for a moment in time. Then you can spout it off. But will you have it locked into your brain? No. Going on. 1 Kings 6:2. In the house which King Solomon built from the Lord, the length thereof was 60 cubits, the breadth thereof 20 cubits, and the height thereof 30 cubits. How big is a cubit typically?
18 to 24 inches.
So this is how I do it. 1.5 foot.
18.
18 inches.
1.5 foot. It can be 2 feet, but I just go 1.5. So I've always used. You don't have to do it that way. That's why I'm going to do it. So 1.5 feet, so what is this? How big is this structure
90.
built? So 60 cubits, so 60 times 1.5, 90 feet by 20 times 1.5, 30 feet. And then 30 would be 45 feet. So 90 foot long, 30 foot wide, and 45 foot high. Don't memorize the feet so much. For the test, it'd be 3 score, so 60 cubits in length, 20 cubits in width, 45 cubits in height. So that's what you got to memorize. And the house, when it was in building, was built of stone made ready before it was brought thither, so that there was neither hammer nor axe nor any tool of iron heard in the house. Wow, while it was in building. Huh. And they covered the house with beams and boards of cedar. And the whole house he overlaid with gold, until he had finished all the house. So, this time around when I've read it, especially when the man who put this book together, I'm using, kind of cut out some of the extra words, but it's interesting. It's covered with cedar on the outside, and then covered with gold. All of it. And he made the most holy house, the length whereof was according to the breadth of the house 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 20 cubits, and he overlaid it with fine gold, amounting to 600 talents. In the most holy house he made 2 cherubims of image work, and overlaid them with gold. And the wings of the cherubims were 20 cubits long. And he made the veil of blue and purple and crimson, and fine linen, and wrought cherubims therein. And he covered them on the inside with wood, and covered the floor of the house with planks of fir wood. And the floor of the house, see, this is what I never caught before. He overlaid it with gold, within and without. So Solomon built the house and finished. So what's got gold on it? There's other things too, but all the outside of the house, I don't know about the roof, but all the walls on the outside of the house is all gold. All the doors are gold. You can read that, and the inside is, I didn't read it right here, maybe it's coming out, but the inside, the flooring is all gold over wood, and the walls is paneled wood and all gold over that. There's gold everywhere. Most of the instruments are gold. Wow. You like that?
Well,
You got something to say? She's got something to say. When she swallows her food.
because gold
Sounds like home.
is a picture of deity.
Gold, in her mind, is a picture of deity.
Um,
In most people's minds, too. Yeah. Right.
And so, if we're the lively stones, then, and we are God's building, then they're not supposed to be able to see us.
Yes, very good. Doing some tabernacle teachings here, or temple teachings. Yes, and taking that and applying it. Very good. But Solomon was building this house 13 years. So this is his own house here, and he finished all of his house, separate building. He built also the house of the forest of Lebanon. The length thereof was 100 cubits, and the breadth thereof 50 cubits, and the height thereof 30 cubits, upon 4 rows of cedar pillars, with cedar beams upon the pillars. Now this is a much bigger home than the temple, the house of God. And it was covered with cedar above and above the beams that lay on 45 pillars, 15 in a row. There were windows in 3 rows, and light was against light in 3 ranks. All the doors and posts were square, and the windows, and light was against light in 3 ranks. So that'd be kind of neat how they did that. I don't quite understand. I have to mark it all out architecturally. But you've probably seen some homes where it's not normal sized windows. These are smaller, longer ones, and they're set up to where you don't have to have lighting in the house during the daytime. That's how they're set. So the light comes in and lights the whole thing. Very good, very good, very good. And Solomon made also a house for Pharaoh's daughter, whom he had taken to wife, like into his port. So he has a house for his wife, a separate house for her. Wow. And he reared up the pillars before the temple, one on the right hand, the other on the left, and called the name on the right hand Jachin, is it? I'm going to say that. Jachin or Jachin? Jachin, and the name on the left was Boaz. Yes, this is extra credit here, but required for a test to know. 2 pillars, don't have to do a right or left one, but one was named Jachin, Jachin, and the other Boaz. And you can go study the significance of that if you'd like. There's some historical stuff on that if you want to read it. And of course, he built a house just for Pharaoh's daughter, who took to wife. And what else we got on this? All right, those 2. Someone read the next section.
Moreover, he had made an altar of brass, 20 cubits the length thereof, and 20 cubits the breadth thereof, and 10 cubits the height thereof. He also made a molten sea of 10 cubits from brim to brim, around in compass, and 5 cubits the height thereof. And a line of 30 cubits did compass it round about. It received and held 3,000 baths. The sea was for the priests to wash in.
It was a big jacuzzi, in a way. It didn't have plumbing like that, but it was a big, huge round pool. There's some fancier things I did left off on it, but very impressive to see. And he made 10 bases of brass. 4 cubits was the length of one base, and 4 cubits the breadth thereof, and 3 cubits the height thereof. Big cube things. Then made he 10 lavers of brass. One laver contained 40 baths, and every laver was 4 cubits, and upon every one of the 10 bases, 1 laver. So the the bases set up, about this big, and then the lavers that held 40 baths. Which is a bath? I don't know. It's probably like a couple cups.
No. It's
Like a gallon?
It's like 8 gallons. Isn't it like an e-ball?
Okay.
Bath?
I don't know.
Did we-
But
We had it-
if
did
this
we
type
have
of
it in
thing
our class?
has 40 baths in it, it's not that, so I don't know. I'm thinking a gallon. But you online students, you'll look that up now and you'll know. We don't have the capabilities of looking that up.
It's in the King James English, if we do it, because that was one of the ones.
What do we got? Speak up. She's giving like,
I don't remember what it is, but I do know.
oh, thanks.
that-
Oh, that's a great help.
But
I don't remember what it is either.
But I do know that we had it in our KJV English.
All right. We got that far. Going on, I'm still right. It's 1 gallon until proven otherwise. All right, going on, one laver had 4 cubits, every find every 10 bases of 1 laver. And he put 5 bases, so 5 of these things on the right side of the house, and 5 on the left side of the house. Interesting. And Hiram made the lavers and the shovels and the basins. So Hiram made an end of doing all the work that he made King Solomon for the house of the Lord. And Solomon left all the vessels unweighed, because they were exceeding many. Neither was the weight of the brass found out. And he made 10 candlesticks of gold, according to their form, and set them in the temple. Here it is, 5 on the right hand and 5 on the left. There's got to be significance there. He made also 10 tables, and placed them in the temple. 5 on the right hand, 5 on the left. And he made 100 basins of gold. Thus all the work that Solomon made for the house of the Lord was finished, and Solomon brought in all the things that David his father had dedicated, and the silver and the gold and all the instruments, put he among the treasures of the house of God. Amen.
Praise the Lord.